Hi, good evening and welcome to E18 Yoga and the start of our free live yoga video class, Hatha yoga class. So let me know if you have any requests for today's class, if there's anything you want to do. I'm really sorry, I posted the wrong time on this class. I started at 1600, not 1800, because I'm a donut. So the class actually starts at 1800 on a Monday. And not 1600. So that's where we are with it. So let me know if you have any requests. Thank you, Paul. Hi Nigel, how are you? I hope you're really well. Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time, obviously. Cool. Yeah, so let me know if you have any requests. We're going to start on the floor in the position that Paul is in. I hope you can see him and that you can see me. And yeah, let's get going. Oh, I've just got rid of the live thing again, Paul, because I'm obviously having a donut kind of day, let me just tell you. And we're there. Oh, I can watch this on the TV. I didn't know you could watch it on the TV. And where are the comments? Oh, Vicky Thompson is there. Hello, Vicky. How are you? I hope you're well. Sorry, Vicky came on at 4 o'clock today and said, "Are you doing live yoga?" I went, "Yeah, today at 6. Should be said at 4 on your event." I went, "Oh, yeah, I did." I was in the middle of a bowls match. So I was in like, hang on, I just need to tell everyone the class is at 6 and not 4. So, very, very sorry. So, we have got no minutes before we start. So, find your comfortable spot on the floor. Arms away from the body, palms facing up. Have your feet flat on the floor, feet hip distance apart, and allow the knees to drop into one another. Roll your shoulders away from your ears, shimmy them away from your ears, and turn your palms so they're facing uppermost. Make sure the back and neck is long and the chin is pointing down your body. And I'm hoping Claire Piper's there. Hi Claire, I hope you're well. Paul's phone's twirling at me, which means that I don't think we've got a good signal. So, oh, hang on, we're back. I don't know if we have a good signal, we don't have a good signal, but whatever it is, as long as this one's still live, we're all good. Okay, hello Petal, how are you? You alright, Pickle? So, on your back, nice comfortable position, shimmy your shoulders away from your ears, and make sure you're completely comfortable. And then start to breathe in and out through your nose. As you breathe in, feel your tummy rise, and as you breathe out, your tummy falls. Breathing in, feel your tummy rise. Breathing out, your tummy falls. Breathing in, feel your tummy rise, your ribs expand, your collarbones sink. Breathing out, your collarbones sink. Your ribs go back towards the spine and your tummy is drawn away and away to the earth. So just in time with your own breath, feeling your lungs expand front, back and sides as you inhale and as you exhale. Remember, during our yoga class, we breathe in and out through the nose. Listen to your body and practice yoga with how you feel today. Practice yoga with alignment and integrity, ensuring you're aligned from the feet up. This is your class, your time. Do what feels right for you. If you feel any sharp pain, stop what you're doing, come down onto your mat and just come into a neutral position. And yoga is a union of your mind, your heart and your body. So we're going to practice yoga with all of those in mind today. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. Try to focus on being in the moment, connecting with your breath, feeling your body sinking into the floor. And now start to become aware of the sounds around you. Sound of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then gently and slowly start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. A very soft and gentle turn of the head from side to side. It's fine, you stay there. I'm just moving closer so I can read it on here. Because I need you to demonstrate, Paul. Yeah. Sorry, Paul's phone's gone off, so I can't see who's online and if you've asked for any postures to be done. So you're moving your head from side to side. Can you stop doing that, please? Sorry. I don't need it.
Stop now.
And then bring your knees in towards your tummy and give them a hug. And then start to rock from side to side, taking your head in the opposite direction to your knees. Nice and slowly, rocking from side to side. We're not trying to see how far we can go over before we fall, we're just trying to warm up our lower back. And then bring yourself back to centre the next time you go over to the left. Put your hands on top of your knees. With your knees and ankles together, circle your knees 3 times one way and 3 times the other. Hello Dawn, I hope you're well. Hello Stan. Alan, I hope you are well. Hi Claire. Brilliant, good job. And then separate your knees wide once you've done 3 one way and 3 the other. And then you're going to separate your knees and then take your knees in opposite circles. So they're going to come wide and together. 3 times one way and 3 times the other. Brilliant. Good job. And then place your feet on the floor. Place your hands underneath your head. Elbows out to the side, dropping down towards the floor, and then bring the soles of your feet together and allow the knees to drop out to the side. Imagine your knees going out to the opposite sides of the wall and the elbows dropping out the same way. Nice and relaxed. Brilliant, good job. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Feeling your inner thighs elongate, taking your tailbone down towards your heels. Hello Louise Burgess, I hope you're well. And then leave your arms where they are, but bring your knees together. Martin is watching. Hello, Martin. Okay, leave your hands underneath your head, elbows out to both sides, and then step your feet as wide as your mat. And then allow your knees to drop over to the right and turn your head in your hands to your left. Hi Louise, hope you're well, my darling. Martin wants to be in my video. Okay, Martin. I don't think that's going to happen today because I'm not quite sure what it entails. So we're going to stay with teaching the yoga class and not bringing you on video, sorry. Maybe next time, I'll look into what it means. Okay, and lift up on the upper hip to open the hips and the back a little more and the shoulders a little more. And then as you next exhale, bring yourself back to center. Inhale here, and as you exhale, go the other way. Really, if you point the left hip up towards the sky, you open up on the back and the shoulders a little more. Make the arms nice and heavy. Make sure both shoulders, both elbows against the floor. Hello, Alison Jarrett. I hope you're well. And just use your breath to open up on your lower back and on your shoulders. Yay, Roger Marsden. Every week, we love you, Roger. We miss you when you're not here. And then inhale yourself back to center. Release your hands from underneath your head and place them on the floor overhead. So slide your arms away from you. You want all your arm in contact with the floor, so you might have to bend your elbows so you're in like a goalpost arms. But whatever suits you. Wiggle your feet close to your bottom and hip distance apart, and make sure they're parallel. And you're going to try and keep your knees the same distance apart as your feet, which is about a hand's distance apart. And you're going to inhale here, and as you exhale, you're going to inhale for nothing. Exhale, and as you next inhale, start to lift the hips up off the floor into a bridge pose, taking your knees towards your toes. Nice and slowly. So this is your inhalation. To go as far as your back will allow you, and exhale and lower all the way back down to the mat. Breathing in nice and slowly, nice and gently, lifting up, taking your knees towards your toes. And then when you're ready to exhale with the same amount of control, bring yourself down to your mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Just in time with your own breath. So this is the bridge pose. It helps to support a supple spine. It's a really good chest and hip opener. And it also stretches out on your quadriceps, on your thighs, as you stand into your feet. The Sanskrit name for this is Dvipadapitha or Setu Bandhasana, 2-foot support. And just moving up and down. And as you next lift out, lift up, all the way up to the sky. Keep the hips nice and lifted. Stay there. Use your breath with each inhalation, see if you can lift a little higher. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Bring your arms alongside your body and hug your knees into your chest. Relax the shoulders on the floor and keep working on bringing the knees in towards you. And then see how you feel about straightening one leg and then the other up to the sky, stretching out the hamstrings. So you want to get a nice straight leg, trying to get your heel higher than your toes, and just work in time with your own breath, moving one leg and then the other. Now if you hold on to the back of your thighs, there's less core involved. So it depends on how you feel about your core. And if you want to use more core muscles, then you move your hands away and put them on the floor alongside you. Just stretching through the hamstrings, opening up on the back of the body, making sure the small of the back is against the floor. Shoulders are both relaxed. Chin is in a neutral position. You're not lifting it up or pointing it down. It's facing down the body in a neutral place. Keep working through the hamstrings in a nice long stretch. When you stretch the leg up, make sure you're dropping that hip into the leg into the hip bone. And then the next time the left leg goes up, when you're ready, join the right leg to the left with both legs up. And what we want to do is we're going to try to get them straight. So they may be further away from your body than vertical. They may be at a 45-ish degree. So just do what feels right for you. If you, with both legs straight, you need to then hold on to the backs of your thighs because it's too much on your stomach, then you can do that. You choose whatever it is that you want to do. Keep breathing, keep thinking about using your core muscles, and then inhale here, and as you exhale, bring both knees in towards your chest. Give them a hug. Have a little rock from side to side. Beautiful, and now we're going to go into our next version of the bridge. So place both feet on the floor. You've got two options. You can have your hands by your side, or you can cross your hands over your chest, so your arms are not helping you in this posture. So you decide what it is that you want to do. And you're going to inhale here, and as you exhale, you're going to lift the hips up to the sky. And you're going to try and hold this position. And then you're going to lift the right leg up, so the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. So this is your inhale. As you exhale, keep the hips lifted and lower the right leg straight down towards the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale with that straight leg, lowering it down towards the floor. Keep lifting those hips up. Breathing in, bringing the leg back. Keep lifting. Breathing out, lowering it down. So this is a little bit of both. You're working your core and you're working the muscles on your back because your hips are lifted. If it gets too much for you, you can put your hands down by your side. So this is just a one leg left. And we thought we'd put a little bit of core in because who doesn't love a little bit of core? And then lift that leg up. Suddenly the dog is snoring. And then when you've had enough, you're going to lift it up to finish the movement, then put that foot on the floor. Realign, lift the hips up. Do you need to put your hands down, or you're happy with them staying up? And then you're going to do the other side. So lift the left leg up towards the sky. Inhale here, and as you exhale, lower it down so it hovers just off the floor. Breathing in, bringing the leg up. Breathing it out, lowering it down. Each time you come up, try to imagine about pointing the hips up towards the sky and taking the foot that's on the floor with the knee towards that foot. So keep your alignment, and just in time with your breath, lifting the leg up and lowering it back down. Beautiful, well done. Keep going in time with your own breath. And again, when you've had enough, you're going to bring that foot down towards the floor and then lower yourself all the way down and hug your knees in towards you. So just rock from side to side. Beautiful, good job. So that was our second version of bridge. We're going to do 3 versions of bridge, because I like 3s and it's fun. Okay, so when you are ready, place your feet on the floor. It's up to you whether your arms are down by your side or crossed over your chest. You choose, because we're going to lift ourselves up into a bridge and we're going to come up on our heels. So the toes are lifted, so we're balancing on our heels. So it's up to you. If you take the arms away, it becomes much more of a challenge. If you leave your hands on the floor, it assists you with your balance. So inhale and lift yourself up off the floor with your feet on your heels. Wonderful. And then nice and slowly, we're just going to lift one heel up off the floor and then the other. Not a long way, we're just kind of just gently stepping in place. on the heels. Keep those hips lifted. Keep walking in place. Strengthening the muscles in your back. Strengthening your core. Opening up in your chest and opening up in your hips. It's all good. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. Marching in time. Again, you choose how long you stay with this posture. When you finish, always finish on the leg that you didn't start on. And then you're going to bring yourself back down to the mat and hug your knees in towards your chest. And then rock yourself up to a seated position with your knees pointing up to the sky, feet flat on the floor. And place your hands behind your back, fingers pointing towards your bottom. We're doing a little bit of arm work here. So we're going to inhale and lift up. Exhale, come down. Just in time with your own breath, coming up and down. So this is the first version of do this. You can keep moving and lifting up and down, or if you wish, you can come up and stay up. Keep lifting the hips, taking your knees towards your toes, using the muscles on the back of the body to lift yourself up from the floor. So it's up to you whether you go up and down or whether you hold it and stay with it. If your body starts to shake, you can no longer breathe in and out through your nose, or you feel tension creeping into your jaw, then that is your cue to come out of a posture. So it's important that you listen to your body and don't wait for me to tell you come out when you are ready. That is very important. But if you're in it too long, I would get you to come out anyway, because we've got a lot to get through in this class. So bring yourself down and then roll over onto your front, so you're on all fours. Tuck your toes under and lift yourself up and back into down dog. Just step your feet in place. The idea is you're trying to open up the chest and bring the chest towards the thighs. So opening up on the shoulders. Make sure the index finger of, the knuckle of the index finger is against the floor, so you keep your shoulders in the right place. And then inhale here, and as you exhale, roll yourself forward into a plank position. Push up through the shoulders, take your heels away from you, and then transfer the weight into the right hand and on the right edge of the right foot as you take yourself into a side plank. And breathe. Hold it here for a few breaths. Build some heat, and then when you've had enough, you come back into downward face dog. Leave your hands where they are, don't readjust them, because where you are in a plank position, that's the distance you should have between your hands and your feet. Inhale here, and as you exhale, roll yourself forward into a plank position. Push up through the shoulders, take your heels away from you, and then transfer the weight to the left hand on the left side of the foot and lift yourself up into a side plank. Brilliant, well done. Keep the hips moved up, lifting up through the hand. Listening to your breath, listen to your body. As soon as you start to shake, then you bring yourself down, back into downward face dog. Wonderful, good job. And then bring your knees to the floor, toes to touch. Leave the hands where they are and stretch your bottom back towards your heels. Bring your forehead towards the floor. in extended pose of the child. Allow your breath to return to normal. And when your breath has returned to normal, that's your cue to take yourself back into down dog. So you choose when that moment is, that your breathing has returned to normal, and you tuck your toes under, and then you lift yourself up into downward face dog. Wonderful. Lift the right leg up behind you. Hello, Anne Kelly. And then bring your right knee to your right tricep. Back into three-leg dog. And then bring your right knee to your left tricep. Back into three-leg dog. And then bring your right foot between your hands. So you're in low lunge. Level up your hips. Lift your chest so your chest is pointing forward. Leave your hands on the floor. We're in low lunge. And then put the right knee back on the floor. So both hands should be on the floor now with the chest lifted and looking forward, rolling the shoulder blades together. And then inhale here. Drop your hips down so you're feeling a stretch in the front of the quads. And then lift the left arm up to the sky. Hello, Anne, how are you? And then bring the left hand down and then open up the right hand to the sky, which is like your left, but it's your other one. Hi, Ania. And then bring the right hand down. Tuck the toes of the left leg under and step back into downward face dog. Wonderful, good job. Lift your right leg up, left leg up to the sky, and bring your left knee to your left tricep. Back into three-leg dog, and then bring your left knee to your right tricep as you twist across the body. Back into three-leg dog, and then step the left leg between your hands. Look forward and lunge forward. Drop the hips down and bring the right knee down towards the floor. Flatten the foot. And then open up your right arm to the side, like you're opening pages of a book. Bring the right hand down and then open the left hand to the sky. Good job, well done. Keep opening and twisting to the side, and then bring the left hand down to the floor and step back into downward face dog. Beautiful, good job. And then roll forward into a plank position, into chaturanga. So knees down if you need to, elbows bent back at 45 degrees, and then push through into upward facing dog. And then lift your knees up and back into down dog. You can hop forward or you can walk your feet forward between your hands. Come to a halfway lift. Weight should be through your toes so you can feel the backs of the legs stretching. Fold all the way down. Circle sweep your arms up to the sky. And then inhale here, and as you exhale, swan dive down. And step back into downward face dog. Lift the right leg up to the sky and bring it between your hands. And then from here, come up into high lunge with your hands over your head. Arms straight over your head. Palms facing one another. Take your back heel away from you. Make sure the knee at the front is pointing towards the little toe edge of the mat. Inhale here, and as you exhale, open the arms out into warrior two and place the back foot on the floor at a 45-degree angle. And sink the hips down. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, relax the wrists. The weight on the right leg should, right leg should be on the little toe edge. And make sure, it's really important that the knee at the front stays pointing towards the little toe edge. Inhale here, and as you exhale, back into Peaceful Warrior. Keep lifting your body up towards the sky, going into a slight back bend as you slide the left hand back down the left leg. And then bring your right forearm to the inside of your thigh to encourage that leg to open. And then lift up the left hand to the sky and reach over your head. So you're trying to get your arm in contact with your ear as you reach away, reach away. It's important that you make sure that that knee stays going in the right direction. And then back into Peaceful Warrior. Bring your hands down to frame your front foot. And step back into Downward Face Dog. Relax the top of your head towards the floor. Lift the left leg up and bring it between your hands. And from here, with control, bring yourself up into High Lunge. Palms facing one another. Don't forget to take the back heel away from you. Inhale here, and as you exhale, blossom open into Warrior Two. Sink your hips down. Your left knee is pointed towards the little toe edge. The weight of the right foot is on the outside edge of the foot, so make sure the arch is lifted. Shoulders are relaxed. Your gaze is over the middle finger of the front hand, so you're looking forward, not sideways. Inhale here, and as you exhale, back into Peaceful Warrior. Take a couple of breaths here, opening up the chest to the sky, sliding the hand down the leg. And then bring the right hand to the thigh, right forearm to the thigh. Lift the left arm up and reach over your head. As you exhale, keep opening the chest to the side, so taking the left shoulder blade back to join the right, and keep opening, look up towards the sky. So you need to look on the inside of your arm, not on the outside of your arm. And just keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And then inhale here. And as you exhale, back into Peaceful Warrior. Hi Jacqueline, how are you? Jacqueline Kane Burns, I hope you're well. Bring your hands down to frame the front foot. Step back into Downward Face Dog. Bring yourself forward into a plank position. Lower down into Chaturanga, knees on the mat if you need to. Push up into Upward Facing Dog. And then back into Downward Face Dog. And then tiptoe your feet in between your hands. Or if you like to bunny hop, you can bunny hop forward, I don't mind. Come to a halfway lift, make sure the weight is going through the toes. And then circle sweep the arms up to the sky and into standing. And then bring your hands down by your side into Tadasana. So you're going to try and make sure that you're in a straight line from your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, and that the thighs are nice and relaxed. The knees are, the legs are straight, but the knees are not locked. You don't lock out on your knees. They're nice and straight. Beautiful, good job. Hello Jill Stevenson, have you just got in from work? I hope you're well. And then we're going to do our foot strengthening exercises. So using the muscles in the bottom of the feet, focus on your point on the floor and inhale. And as you exhale, come up onto your tiptoes. Don't let your ankles flip out. And then hold for your inhalation and exhale, lower all the way back down. So in time with your own breath, inhaling and holding the position, just moving on the exhalation. Nice, strong feet. And then once you've done 3, try to do it standing on one leg. So now if you need to hold on to a cupboard, or I say a cupboard because we've got cupboards there, or hold on to the wall or anything else, you can do that, because it's more important that you use the strength of your feet to come up than you balance. So you're just going to do 3 on each side. Good job, and then swap to the other side when you're ready. It's really important that you look after your feet. This is an exercise that I really recommend. If you do nothing else, you do this every day. And I do mine while I'm cleaning my teeth, because I know I'm going to clean my teeth at least twice a day, so I can do this exercise at least twice a day. So I always suggest that this becomes the toothbrush exercise. Okay, if you've moved off your mat, return to the front of your mat. And we're going to do a little move in balance. So bring your hands to Namaste and bring your right leg up so it's in front of you with the leg bent and your knee level with your hip. So you're going to inhale and stay there. Exhale, then you're going to take the legs straight behind you and into Warrior 3, but keep the upper body lifted. So the leg goes out behind you and you try and cobra your upper body, bringing your shoulder blades together. Hold that for the inhalation, and as you exhale, bring the knee back to the starting position. So you're moving between the 2 balances. The knees coming forward and then moving back. In between the 2. Moving balances are a little bit more tricky than static balances, but they use more muscles. So it's a good time to do something a little bit different. And then when you've done 3, return to Tadasana and take a moment to realign. Excellent. Good job. Are you ready to do the other side? I know you are. So the left leg comes up and is level with the hips. Take a moment to balance. And then when you're ready, you're going to go into the cobra version of Warrior 3. So you're trying to lift your left heel up behind you in a straight leg, but keep the upper body in a cobra position by bringing the shoulder blades together. And then you're going to move back to the start with your knee level to your hips. Excellent. And then extend that leg behind you, leading with the heel, lifting up, drawing both shoulder blades together to face one another. Opening up on the chest. Always smile if you have a little bit of a wobble. And you can use the wall to hold on to. One side's always different to the other. Beautiful. And then return to Tadasana. Give your legs a little bit of a wobble. We are going to do a version of the chair that we may or may not have done before, because I can't remember. There are lots of versions of chair, but this is the one where your arms are out in front of you, level with your shoulders. Nice straight arm, palms facing one another. Inhale here, and as you exhale on flat feet, take your bottom down so you come to a 90-degree angle, or wherever you get to. Hello, Angela Mira. How are you? Lovely to see you, my darling. Try and keep the upper body lifted. Don't fold forward. Keep your arms level with your shoulders and sinking your bottom down. We don't want the knees to go past the toes. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. And you decide when this is too strong for you and you want to come back up into Tadasana. Not me. I don't decide that. You decide that. So if you decide, actually, I can't breathe in out from my nose anymore, I'm going to return to Tadasana. Excellent. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is you're going to be on your toes. So you're going to come up onto your tiptoes. Arms are going to come up in line with your shoulders, and you're going to sink your bottom back to 90 degrees again, with the heels lifted off the floor. If it's a little bit wibbly wobbly for you and you find it difficult to do, then you can just keep doing the flat foot version. But keep sinking down. And again, when you've had enough, you come up to standing. So those are our two versions of chair that we're going to use today. So what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to come back with the flat foot. So go back into your chair pose with flat feet, arms level with your shoulders. Back into that chair. And see if you're going a bit further down, or whether you can actually, in this position, come up on your toes without having to stand up. And then sink a little lower down if it suits you. Again, when you've had enough, you come up into standing and return the heels to the floor. Excellent. Okay, we've got one more go at this, and then it's all over. It's all over, Casanova. So, arms up in line with your shoulders. On flat feet, take yourself down into a chair. And this version, we're going to come up on our toes and back down again in time with our breath. So sinking the hips down, lowering the hips down, and just coming back and forth on the toes. Still trying to sink the hips down, keep the knees going in the same direction as the toes. Each time you come up, you lower a little bit down. When the heels come down, see if you can maintain it. And keep those hips nice and low. And then come up standing and give your legs a bit of a shake. That's quite tough on the legs, but fun. From where you're standing now, bring your right ankle into your hand and bring your foot towards your heel. So you're going into a dancer. So standing on the left foot, lift the right up. Take hold of the ankle and bring your foot in towards your heels. Level your hips up together.
Put your hips, your bum. Foot and heels are the same thing.
Right, bring your heel to your bottom in dancer. Hips facing forward. Sink the hips down. If you can, lift your hand up over your head, the one that's not holding your foot. And then inhale here, and as you exhale, push your hand in, push your foot into your hand. You can take your knee backwards with this, but if you do that, you have to keep your hips facing forward. So you should feel the front of your thigh stretching out. Now, if it's a bit wobbly, you can turn to face the cupboard, put your hand on the cupboard, push your foot into your hand and use the hand for balance. So it's better to use something that doesn't move, like a person, another person. You shouldn't really use those. Okay, and then lower that leg down, and we're going to do the same with the other leg. Use your breath. When you're ready, realign, and then lift the leg up and bring it in towards you. Get your balance first. So, do you know what? We all have wobbly days, but that's totally fine. Use the wall, use cupboards, use something to hold on to that's not going to move to assist you with your balance. Push your foot into your hand. Feel Drop the hips down, feel the front of the quadricep open. Hello Tracy Barry, how are you? And draw that knee back. Wonderful, good job. Thank you for my heart, Tracy Barry. I know that was you, little sweetie. And then return to Tadasana. Lift your arms up towards the sky. And swan dive down to the mat. And then step back into downward face dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky so it's nice and straight, and bring your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Put the back knee on the floor. Take your hands, one hand's distance forward of your foot. And then bend the elbows down towards the floor. Keep the hips going forward. They may bend a centimetre, they may bend an inch. You may even be able to get your elbows flat on the floor. That's totally fine. Wherever you get to, just be happy. Hips are a tricky thing. They're a tricky thing to open. This pose is called the lizard. It's tricky for a lot of people. There are very few people who find this easy. If you find it easy, let me know, and then I won't like you anymore. That's a joke. Of course, I'll love you. But there are some people who have really good open hips who can just do this quite easily. It is quite tricky. So when you've had enough, lift the arms up straight, tuck the toes to the back leg, and take yourself back into downward face dog. Have a little sway the hips from side to side, just to release into that hip a little bit more. You can turn your feet from side to side on the mat to release more into the hips. And when you feel ready to be a lizard on your other side, you can bring the left leg up into three-leg dog and step it onto the outside of your hand. If you don't get enough of a stretch in this, if there are people there with really open hips, you can leave the back knee off the floor. You choose whatever it is, but walk your hands one hand's distance. Keep the hips drop down. Keep dropping the hips forward so you feel a stretch in the front of the hip flexor and the front of the quadriceps as you take the elbows down towards the floor. They are tricky to release. Really, really, really tricky. Not gonna lie, it's not an easy thing to do. And you decide when you've had enough. And when you've had enough, you can then straighten the arms and take yourself back to downward face dog. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We're going to have a little bit of fun with our inversion today. So we're going to walk our feet forward towards our hands. So we're into a forward bend. And we're going to go into the crane position. So the knees are bent on the outside of our triceps. Bend the elbows. So you're into like a frog position. And then get your balance point. See how you feel. And just start to tip forward. So the toes start to lose contact with the floor. You decide whether they lift or they don't lift. And you also decide how long you're going to stay there. I think Charlie needs a round of applause for that. That was very good, Charlie. And then take yourself back into the pose of the child. I know. Were you impressed, Tracy? I know. How clever is he? Tracy Barry was impressed. I think she's going to tell Kevin and see if Kevin can do it later.
I don't think Kevin weighs 20 stone.
We don't think Kevin weighs... No, I don't think Kevin weighs 20 stone. Not at all. But it's just a little bit of fun. Some of you may love it. Some of you may get your toes off the floor. Others of you may not. Bizarre idea of a bit of fun, Jill. Yes, it is a bizarre idea of a bit of fun, but it made me laugh. Okay, so onto your back. Just flip over onto your back. Have your knees pointing up to the sky and your feet flat on the floor. It's up to you. I think I've broken him. It's up to you whether you have your arms out the side in line with your shoulders or whether you have your hands underneath your head. You're going to cross your right ankle onto your left thigh. You're going to breathe in here, and as you breathe out, you're going to take your knees over to the left, over to the right, and then turn your head to the left. Allow your breath to come back to normal. Feeling the back and the inner hip opening. Using your breath to open up on the hips, open up on the shoulders. Sometimes at the end of a class, it's nice just to hold a twist before you go into relaxation. So breathe in yourself back to center. Place both feet on the floor. Cross your right ankle onto your left thigh. Other way around. Left ankle onto right thigh. See, I'm useless at reversing left and rights. What can you say? And then take yourself over to your left. Turn your head to your right. Hello, Ella Piper. Hope you're well. Just use your breath to open up on your side of your body. And then when you're ready, bring your knees back to center and hug your knees in towards you. Nice big hug. And then make yourself ready for relaxation. So get yourself an eye mask, a blanket, a block, a pillow. You might even move to your bed or the sofa just to be comfortable. But find a comfortable place for relaxation. Your comfortable place could be different to anybody else's, but just find a nice comfortable place. So Paul is laying with his knees bent and feet wide, knees dropping into one another. You can do that. Or you can lay flat on the floor with your legs straight. Whatever you're comfortable. Even if you want to maybe go in the recovery position. If you're a side sleeper and that's how you do it, then that's how you do it. So take a few moments to get settled on the floor, shimming the shoulders away from the ears. And start to connect with your breath as you inhale and as you exhale. As you breathe in, feel the tummy rise. And as you breathe out, the tummy falls. Breathing in, feel the tummy rise. And breathing out, the tummy falls. Breathing in, feel the tummy rise, the ribs expand, the collarbones lift. Breathing out, the collarbones sink, the ribs go back towards the spine and the tummy is drawn towards the earth. Just in time with your own breath, feeling your lungs expand front, back and sides as you inhale and as you exhale. As you breathe in, number your breath 7. And as you breathe out, 7. And breathe in 6. breathe out 6. Breathe in 5, breathe out 5. Breathe in 4, breathe out 4. And continue to count backwards in time with your breath. If you lose count, if you fall asleep, or your mind starts to wander off on other thoughts, as soon as you realise, breathe in and number your breath 7, breathe out 7. Breathe in 6, breathe out 6. Breathe in 5, breathe out 5. And continue to count backwards in time with your own breath from number 7 to number 1. The aim of this relaxation is not to reach the number 1. The aim of this relaxation is to bring your mind and your body to a point of complete stillness, if only just for a few seconds. So we're going to be here for just a few minutes longer, counting in time with our own breath, from the number 7 to the number 1. Listening to the sound of your breath as you count backwards from the number 7 to the number 1. Remembering that if you lose count, you fall asleep or your mind starts to think about other things. But as soon as you remember, as soon as you realise, just return to breathing, counting in time with your breath, backwards from the number 7 to the number 1. If you are still counting, just allow the number you're on to gently drift away. And just return to normal breathing in and out through your nose. Starting to become aware of the sounds around you. The sounds of the bird song in the garden. The sound of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And as your awareness grows, start to gently deepen your breathing in and out through your nose. Oh, I always have a really good yawn then. If you have a really good yawn, that's a good thing. Send your thoughts down to your fingers and your toes and start to move your fingers and move your toes. A gentle nod of the head from side to side. And then start to stretch and move on the floor in a way that it feels right for you. Opening and closing your eyes a few times. Stretching your arms above your head. Maybe giving yourself a nice big hug. Whatever feels right for you. And then when you're ready, bringing your knees in towards your chest. A gentle rocking motion from side to side. Before you curl up in a ball on your side. Just give yourself just a few seconds. Acknowledge your yoga practice, your relaxation and your breath. You're feeling relaxed, refreshed and re-energized. And then when you're ready, placing the upper hand on the floor and pushing up and away into seated position. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining us for yoga. Thank you, Paul, for being my student. He's been the best student ever. And also, just to let you know, I will post this video on Facebook. I also will post it on the E18 Yoga YouTube channel. So if you I have got a YouTube app and you could follow E18 Yoga, that would be amazing. And it means then even people on Facebook can do yoga with us. I hope you enjoyed the class. Any kind of feedback is fantastic. I love feedback. It's been lovely to see you. Thank you for all my hearts, my hugs, my thumbs up. All of those things are amazing. Thank you so much, all of you. And fingers crossed, we will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.